have any indication based on the surveillance video available as to where the vehicle went after it fled from Markel's residence?
I just know that right here it's going northbound towards I-10 from Thomasville.
All right, let's watch to the end.
This intersection is Armistead, so this is north of Benton, heading back towards I-10.
Was any cell phone analysis worked on in this case?
Excuse me?
Cell phone analysis?
Yes.
Who performed the cell phone analysis?
Sergeant Corbett.
Okay, and is that something that was going on simultaneously as you doing this SunPass?
That's correct.
Thing? Okay. And did Corbett's work include trying to look for phones of interest traveling in the areas that we know where you found our suspect vehicle?
That and Premier Jim.
And we will talk to Sergeant Corbett later, but based on his analysis, did you have an idea or develop an idea of the route that your suspects may have taken?
Yes.
All right, and what did you do to follow up on that?
Well, initially, because of our large expanse of cars, we started looking for South Florida at any cars going through the interchange southbound at Wildwood, where you get on the turnpike from I-75. That was a bust. We didn't. It was way too many. We couldn't find anything that was concrete. So once the phone analysis was done, we had a better idea that there was one particular number, and tracking that went southbound on I-75 all the way to Naples, and then crossing over on Alligator Alley, which is still I-75, from west to east, from Naples to Broward County.
And once you learned that it was actually this other route than what you would expect, were you able to do anything with in reference to the toll plazas and the SunPass transponder that you weren't able to do previously?
That's correct.
Okay, tell us about that.
Once we had that established, then I contacted the SunPass administrators again at Department of Transportation. And I explained to them what I had. I said, we got a Prius, a 2006 to 2009, Silver Pine Mica, not that they had that in the records. I says, but we have them going through approximately this toll plaza in Naples, going westbound. And once I gave them that and the time, within a couple minutes of when they would have gone through, they showed an activation with a transponder from the windshield at that toll plaza in Naples in Collier County, and there was only one Prius, and that's what we determined, that it was going back to South Florida and cutting across Alligator Alley.
All right, and were you able to backtrack and find the toll plaza record or SunPass record of the vehicle coming to Tallahassee as well?
Correct. On the 16th of July, that same transponder, we're talking about the sticker on the windshield, that same transponder went through from Broward County, West Broward County, through the other end of the toll plaza. There's one on each end. There's nothing in the middle. But one going eastbound, that same transponder on the 16th of July cut across Alligator Alley and then presumably went up 75, which the phone records will show that. And then the return trip was the first one we found.
And did that help you identify the particular SunPass transponder by like an identification number?
Yes.
And is a particular SunPass transponder affiliated with a particular vehicle through some type of SunPass record?
Yes, it shows the customer who purchased the SunPass, and they submit what kind of vehicle it is, the tag number, in case the SunPass, the transponder doesn't work, they could still use their credit because it'll take a picture of the tag.
All right, so what did you learn about the suspect vehicle at this time from the SunPass stuff?
It was a rental. It was a rental from a Miami car rental place called Save Gas.
Okay. Did law enforcement go to Save Gas
They
in
did.
Miami?
Yes,
Was there any documentation discovered at that business
There
related
was.
to the rental of this vehicle?
there was.
67. I'm going to approach and show you what I marked as state 67. Recognize state 67?
Yes,
Okay, is that the rental contract that you found at the Save Gas related to your suspect vehicle?
that's correct.
All right. Is it a fair and accurate copy of that exhibit or that
Yes.
document? Okay, moving to evidence state 67, Your Honor.
Any objection? No, Your Honor. State 67 is admitted.
Permission to publish 67.
You may.
And what did we learn about the people that rented the car from this state 67? Not on there? Who rented the vehicle?
According to this document, Luis Rivera, Normandy Drive in Miami, is the one that rented this car.
And did he provide a phone number for himself?
Yes,
Is that the number listed right here?
yes.
Okay. And any other drivers listed on the contract?
No driver listed there, but up in the top, you see the word brother and a phone number that became significant.
All right. And whose phone number were you able to associate? Who were you able to associate this phone number with? The brother.
Sigfredo Garcia.
When was this vehicle rented?
This on the 16th of July. I'm sorry, this shows 15th. 15th of July.
Okay. And when was it due back?
It was due back on the 17th of July.
Didn't go back on the 17th though.
No, I don't believe it got back till the 21st.
Okay. Approach and show you what I'm marking as state 65. Recognize state 65?
I do.
How do you recognize it?
This was a traffic citation that we discovered Luis Rivera received on I-75.
On I-75 on the way to Tallahassee in the Prius?
No, it was a different car. This was on a different. This was dated June 4th.
I'm sorry, I've showed you the wrong thing. we'll have to circle back to that. All right, let me ask you about phone. You mentioned that Sergeant Corbett was working on the phone records. I'm going to approach and show you what I've marked as State's Exhibit 55. You recognize this exhibit?
I do.
It's this sort of an org chart of all the folks whose phone records we collected in this case, or many of them.
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
And by stipulation, Judge, these phone numbers have been associated with the folks on the chart, so I'd ask to move into evidence States 55.
Defense is stipulated.
Yes, and no objection to the publishing.
55 is admitted at this time.
55. Publishing States 55. Okay, well, we'll work on that too. We'll do that. All right. Now, Sigfredo Garcia and Luis Rivera, those are the two subjects that you establish as being in the Prius. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And these are their phone numbers that have been associated with them listed beneath them.
Correct.
And we've got two different numbers for Luis Rivera. Is that right?
Rivera had two separate numbers, but his main one was the 570 that was on the rental contract.
All right. And the nicknames that are shown there, are those the nicknames that those two go by?
Correct. Tuto and Tato.
Tuto and Tato.
Correct.
Okay. Were you able to establish any link through people between the two that came in the Prius and the Adelson family?
No.
Okay. Were you able to establish any type, did you develop a theory or any evidence as to why these two people came to Tallahassee to murder Dan Markel?
Well, eventually we learned that the female, Catherine Magbanua, was the mother of Sigfredo Garcia's children and considered each other spouses, to my best understanding.
Okay. And
At
did
the
she
same
have?
time,
Go ahead.
same time, we also found out that she had been dating and in a relationship with Charlie Adelson.
All right. So initially, was there any connection between these two guys from Miami and Dan Markel?
None.
All right. So this was the connection that was established, turned out to be Catherine Magbanua.
The only connection we could find.
Okay. And was that done through phone records and ultimately other communication records and testimony?
That's correct.
Okay. Did you, as a result of developing Catherine Magbanua as a potential suspect, investigate her at all?
Yes.
All right. And did that include an investigation into her employment?
That's correct.
What was her employment status around the time of this murder?
At the time of the murder, I believe she worked at another dental office somewhere, but post-murder, she started receiving compensation from the Adelson Institute.
What is the Adelson Institute?
It's a dental practice, according to online information operated by Harvey Adelson and Charlie Adelson.
Okay, and were the two of them dentists?
Yes, I believe Charlie is recognized as a periodontist.
Did you come to learn what Donna Adelson's role, if any, was in that business?
Yes, she was clerical and kept books for the business.
Did you attempt to procure some employment records from the Adelson Institute to verify Ms. Magbanowa's employment?
We did.
All right, tell us about that.
Myself and Special Agent Sanford from the FBI went to the office, physically to the office in Broward County, Tamarack, and served a subpoena seeking records for the employment of Catherine Magbanowa, and we received nothing at the initial time. Later on, the best I could get from, I believe it was an attorney that represented that dental office, just a list of checks that were paid checks from the Adelson Institute to Catherine Magbanowa, but no W-2, no responsibility forms, nothing that showed what she actually did as being employed at that institute.
What was it, regular business hours when you entered there physically?
Yes.
Was Ms. Magbanowa present when you entered the building?
No.
Did the employees that you have contact with seem to know who she was or what it was that she did there?
The initial person that I spoke to at the desk, at the front desk, she had no idea who this person was, who Magbanowa was. The other person that came up to the front, she said she knew the name, but did not know what her responsibilities were with the company.
And the person that knew the name, who is that?
Erica Johnson, I believe.
And I'm going to approach and show you 68. Recognize 68?
Yes, this is all I received as far as any type of records for Magbanowa and her relationship with the Adelson Institute.
All right. And did the records include any job description for Ms. Magbanowa?
No.
Any employment application?
No.
Schedule?
No.
Timesheet?
Nope.
W-2 forms or tax filing records?
Nope.
Any performance evaluations?
None.
So only the checks.
Only the checks.
According to those checks, during what period of time was Catherine Magbanowa on the Adelson Institute payroll?
From September of 2014 all the way, this particular one shows March of 2016, but I believe it goes further than that into May 2016.
All right. So it starts shortly after the homicide, about 2 months?
Yes. Actually, the homicide happened July 18th, and the first check was dated September 18th.
For what pay period?
I don't see the pay period on this one.
But presumably she'd be paid for a pay period that had
2 weeks
concluded. Okay.
According to the way this is laid out.
All right, and we are going to learn more about the bump or the undercover operation, but is it fair to say the checks terminated shortly after the undercover operation in 2016?
Yes.
Did you notice in your review of that exhibit, the documents provided by the Adelson Institute, that some of those check numbers were consecutive?
Yes, I did.
Who signed those checks?
Donna Adelson,
All of them?
everyone.
Were you ever able to develop any evidence that Magbanowa was physically going to the Adelson Institute during these pay periods?
Never.
Any evidence that she performed some service off-site for that business?
Nothing was established that showed that.
Any evidence of any contact with any patients?
No.
And you were, we'll learn later, listening to some of her phone calls, right?
That's correct.
When was Catherine McBanois arrested for her role in this murder?
October 1, 2016,
Were you present for her arrest?
I was.
And was she allowed to contact her lawyer from the arrest scene?
Yes,
Did you speak to her attorney as well?
I did.
Who was her attorney?
Tara Kawas.
What happened after that phone call?
After Ms. Magbanwa was placed into a car for transport to the Broward County Jail, way less than 20 minutes later, I received a phone call on my
Objection, Your
phone.
Honor. One moment,
Because lack of relevance, he's about to testify to something that has nothing to do with my client.
no preceding objections. Ms. Kappelman, please lay the foundation as to this matter in this trial.
Co-conspirator statement, Your Honor.
Overruled.
Go ahead, sir.
So, so let me back up. So, while Ms. Magbanwa was detained on scene, where she was arrested in the daytime, daylight hours, she was allowed to place a call to her attorney. She spoke to her attorney. I spoke to her attorney, and I asked that Ms. Kawas, the attorney representing her at the time, that she contact her client, Magbanwa, at the Broward County Jail, and if in fact she wanted to cooperate with the investigation, to call me back.
So you were
And-
interested in getting information from Ms. McBanois?
Correct. I wanted-
Information about the other parties involved in this case?
Yes.
Okay.
So what I mean by cooperation is if she wanted to provide testimony about other players in this. And so I told Ms. Kawas, if you'll talk to your client, obviously out of my presence, and if she decides to cooperate, call me back, and I will go to the Broward County Jail and meet.
And did that happen?
No.
What happened instead?
Well, like I said, within less than 20 minutes from that conversation, I received a phone call from a gentleman that identified himself as David Marcus. Instead, he was an attorney representing Charlie Adelson. And he asked that if Charlie Adelson was to be arrested, if I would just contact him.
Your Honor, my renewed objection, there's relevance, and this is not co-conspirator commission.
Specifically as a co-conspirator aspect, Ms. Kappelman, you need to keep the examination focused on that. Members of the jury, as to the last objection, I will sustain it. You may continue, Ms. Kappelman.
So you speak to Kawas, and your next phone call is from Charlie's lawyer.
Correct.
No further questions.
Cross-examination.
Just a moment, Your Honor. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, so at the time of this investigation, when it began, how long had you been with the Tallahassee Police Department?
25 years.
You'd spent vast majority of your career as an investigator detective.
No, I probably spent most of my career as a street officer.
Okay. At the time of this, how long had you been a detective?
6 years.
And you continued to be the lead for Tallahassee Police Department on this investigation until your retirement, correct?
Correct.
Now, it's important when you're conducting an investigation, especially a homicide investigation, for you to be thorough, correct?
Yes.
You don't want to leave essentially any stone unturned,
Yes.
obviously within reason.
Yes.
You talked about your agency beginning to obtain cellular phone records of the Adelson family pretty early on, correct?
Mm,
You started getting them in July?
yes,
Okay. And you learned that Wendy Adelson's parents, my client and her husband, lived in Miami, correct?
I believe at the time it was Coral Springs, but,
They had a place on Miami Beach?
well, I know that they ended up at Miami Beach. I don't recall at the time of the homicide if they were living on Miami Beach.
Okay. But you knew that they were in South Florida?
South Florida is correct.
Okay. And so as your investigation continued and you started looking into, you made the connection between the two individuals who drove up here, Sigfredo Garcia and Luis Rivera. You made that connection to Catherine Magbanoa, correct?
Right,
And you made that connection to Charlie Adelson, correct?
correct.
And then you see these large cash deposits into Katie Magbanoa, or you see Katie Magbanoa's unemployment status.
Right,
She's still paying her bills in South Florida.
yes.
Okay. Now, you also mentioned that you contacted the SunPass Authority.
Yes,
Okay. Did you ever, you'd already made a connection between the investigation and the Adelson family at this point, pretty quickly.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay, well, over a couple years. By the time June of 2016 comes, comes about, you've already made that connection.
Oh, yes, by that time, yes.
Okay. And you contacted the SunPass Authority for my client's SunPass records, correct?
No,
No, you didn't. Did you contact the Turnpike Authority for construction records for the Turnpike?
construction records?
Yes.
No,
What about for I-95 or 595?
to my knowledge, there is no, and I believe I established that with the FDOT, Florida Department of Transportation, that there was no toll system on 95.
Okay. I was asked about construction records on 95.
I did not inquire about construction records.
What about accident records?
Accident records?
Yeah.
No.
Isn't it true that my client and her husband shared an email address?
I believe they did.
You learned that during your investigation. In fact, I think Wendy said that, didn't she? In her interview with you?
I don't recall whether she said it.
Where is... Do you have 64 up here still? Mr. Eisen, you identified emails that are contained in State's Exhibit 64, correct?
Yes.
And according to your testimony, these are emails between my client and her daughter, correct?
Yes.
Let's see. And in some of these emails, my client called Danny Markel bad names.
Yes.
She never actually said she hated him, did she, in any of these emails?
That came through the grandchildren.
Okay. At the time, the grandchildren were 3 and 4.
I don't recall the age. They were young.
And you also testified about a bribe. You are not a family law attorney, are you?
No.
Okay. And you have no idea whether or not it's permitted for one party to offer any sort of financial incentive to another party when it comes to relocation.
That's not in my realm.
And you also testified about Mr. Markel's life insurance policy, pension, and you said that those funds went to his children with Wendy as a custodian?
Some of them, and some of them was Dan Markel's sister as a custodian.
Okay. Did my client receive any financial benefit in the form of Danny's life insurance, his pension, or anything else?
Not that I could tell.
Going back to those emails, especially the one the state highlighted concerning the Catholic Church and dressing the kids up, Wendy didn't take those suggestions, did she?
No.
You testified just now concerning your attempt to obtain employment records for Miss Magbanowa from the Adelson Institute. It's a small business, right?
It appeared to be.
Just a handful of employees?
Yeah, there was only 2 there at the time.
You don't know whether or not any of the employees had a written job description.
No, I do not know that.
You don't know if any of the employees' files had evaluations or job reviews.
I didn't see that. I would think with that type of business and working on people's mouths and so forth, that there would be a little scrutiny involved.
But you don't know if they kept those records for any employee,
I have no
do you?
idea. I was only seeking and only had cause to seek for Magbanowa.
And when Miss Magbanowa was arrested, you testified that you received a call from someone who identified himself as Charlie's attorney, correct?
After her arrest, the gentleman that called my number was he identified himself as an attorney for Charlie Adelson.
Not Donna Adelson.
Not Donna.
Now, is it unusual in an investigation like this for a defense attorney to contact you about whether or not there's a warrant for their client's arrest?
I wouldn't say that. It was shocking to me that within that short a time frame, the only way that this person would have knowledge would be from Magbanowa's attorney. So there would be contact between Magbanowa's attorney and this person identifying himself as Charlie's attorney in a short, very short time. No media, nothing had been divulged.
So what you found unusual was the short time frame, not the phone call itself.
No, it was immediate, and I'm basically telling Kawas, if your client wants to cooperate, contact me. Don't call somebody else that's a co-conspirator, their attorney.
You didn't receive a call from anyone identifying themselves as Donna's attorney in that instant, did you?
No, sir.
Okay. Ms. Kappelman asked you about what has been coined the grandmother motion. Again, you're not a family law attorney.
Right, still not.
And so although you read the motion
Yes.
and you're educated,
Oh.
absent having some legal knowledge, can you interpret what is being requested in the motion?
I believe so. I think it's pretty plain.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. Now, I want to go back to the emails, and I'm going to use the board. The emails that you testified were between my client and her mother.
I just if we needed to take a break.
I'm going to show you 64EE. Let's see. The sender of this email is not Donna Adelson, is it?
No, it doesn't, I don't know who it's from, it's not showing it.
Okay. It's an evite.com invitation.
I've seen those.
Okay. You don't have any personal knowledge as to how these are generated, do you?
Someone has to go through this program to get it set up and sent out.
But you don't have any personal knowledge as to how that's done, do you?
No.
The next page of EE, it's a August 30th, 2014 email to Wendy. Now, the sender is donnaharvey@gmail.com, correct?
That's correct.
Whose name is next to that?
Harvey Adelson.
That's not Donna Adelson, is it?
I believe that's her husband.
Next. It's an email dated September 12th, 2014. And the sender is saying that Lincoln will attend Tot Shabbat with his grandpa, Harvey Adelson. Isn't that what it says?
Yes, it does.
Who's it from?
It's from DonnaHarvey@gmail.com.
And whose name is next to that?
It says Harvey Adelson.
I'm going to show you 64FF. This is, again, from DonnaHarvey@gmail.com, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Whose name is it there?
Where it says from,
Yes.
it says Harvey Adelson.
Okay. Wendy, this is the information on work order for repair of TV Friday, July 18th between 8 and 12. Love, Dad. My
Yes.
client's not Dad, is she?
I wouldn't refer to him as that. I don't think she would either.
This is still part of that same email, the Geek Squad schedule. Would you be willing to accept a sooner appointment if one becomes available? Do you see that language?
Yes.
What's the answer underneath that?
Yes.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Redirect examination. Go ahead.
Defense pointed out, hey, Harvey and Donna share an email address, right?
Yeah.
DonnaHarvey@gmail.com. And some of these are signed Dad.
Right.
Are some of them signed Mom?
Right.
Okay, and drawing your attention to this one on May 3rd, 2013, including the statement, the most important part of your divorce is relocation. On page 4 of that exhibit, well, let me start by going to the very end. Inconveniently, the way this printed, love you. Who signed that one?
Mom.
And on page 4 of the exhibit, just a moment. State's Exhibit W, this is one from Thursday, June 27th, 2013. It's signed Mom and Dad, right?
That's correct.
Okay. And in this one, all right, so we've got some from Mom and Dad, right?
That's correct.
No further questions.
You may step down, Mr. Ison. Will he be retained? You may be recalled at some point in the trial. Please remain in contact with the attorneys. What's that?
Am I under the rule?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Members of the jury will take a break at this point briefly. The bailiff will take you to the jury room. Everyone can be seated. Just a reminder for the gallery, while the testimony is taking place, if you step outside of the courtroom, you'll need to wait until the examination of that witness is complete. We will resume at 3:50. gentlemen. What's that?
May I address the court while she's working on the
Go
jury?
ahead.
I would like some clarification on the hearing that is going to be conducted outside the presence of the jury regarding State's Exhibit 60. My takeaway from our sidebar was that I was going to authenticate every single page. The defense has now advised me they only have limited objections to State 60, so I would ask for some clarification on what we're doing there.
Starting 60, the defense can be heard.
I think we resolved that with the court's ruling already, Your Honor.
I believe the captain just brought it up because there might have been a discussion while I was out of the room.
I think
No.
Ms. Fulford thought that she was referring to some.
I thought you were referring to the email.
Oh, no, I'm
For
referring to the
64,
divorce.
State Exhibit 64 has been admitted, with the only exception being AA for right now.
Right, that was my bad. I thought that's what she was referring to when I said
Okay.
first.
As to State 60, the foundation has begun with the detective as to any other witnesses that you intend to link up the parts of the foundation with. You are certainly permitted to do so.
Is there an objection to it right now being admitted?
I
And
believe
if
the objection
so-
was foundation as to showing emails or communications that link up exactly with what the pleadings are.
Yes, sir. And will that be in reference to each pleading or just select pleadings?
Mr. Zellman, Ms. Fulford.
Judge, my understanding from the court's ruling is that the state could lay the foundation as they move through their case. And with that ruling, I mean, obviously we'd like them to establish foundation, but I'm not objecting to what has been presented as 60 other than the foundation, which, as you indicated, they can prove up along the way as long as they complete it by the end of their case in chief.
Well, until the foundation is complete as to State 60, it is not admitted.
Understood. Okay, I am going to go forward with Mr. Rivera at this time, Judge. If we finish before 5, I'm hopeful that I'll be able, outside the presence of the jury, to conduct that hearing regarding the foundation and admissibility of that exhibit. Would that be acceptable to the court?
That's fine.
Okay. I'm not sure I'm going to be ready. I'm working on that, but just wanted to have clarification on what I was working on.
Please bring in the jurors.
And can we have Mr. Rivera brought in?
You want it brought in now before?
Want to have him seated before we bring
You,
in the
you can
jury?
bring in Rivera first. You can bring in the jurors. You can take a seat for right now, Mr. Rivera.
So you're closer to that microphone.
All rise, you're entering the courtroom.
Everyone can be seated. Mr. Rivera, please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes, sir.
Take your seat. Please speak loudly and clearly.
Yes, sir.
You may examine.
Sir, please introduce yourself and spell your name.
Luis Rivera, Luisrivera.
Mr. Rivera, where are you from?
I'm from Puerto Rico.
Okay, but were you living in Miami back in 2014?
Yes, ma'am.
How long did you live in Miami?
My whole life.
You were born in Puerto Rico, though?
Yeah.
Okay, but moved to Miami at what age?
2 years old.
Okay. Have you been convicted of a felony,
Yes, ma'am.
including the murder that we're here about today?
Yes, ma'am.
It's 5 felonies, sound correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're currently incarcerated?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that for this case or this case and another case?
Both. Well,
Both. So it's a federal sentence and this sentence.
In the state case.
What did you plead to in this case?
This case, guilty
Guilty to what?
to second-degree murder.
If you can speak up, Mr. Rivera, that'd be so.
Guilty to second-degree murder.
Thank you.
One moment, Mr. Rivera.
What was your sentence on the second-degree murder?
19 years.
Okay, and that was concurrent with your federal sentence, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what did you have to do in exchange for getting a 19-year sentence?
Cooperate.
What does cooperation mean to you?
Well, telling.
Telling on who?
My co-defenders, Garcia, Katie.
All right, did anybody ever tell you what to say?
No, ma'am.
Has anybody ever told you anything other than to tell the truth?
No, excuse me? Say it again?
Has anybody told you to say anything other than the truth?
No.
Has anybody promised you anything other than the sentence that you got in exchange for cooperation?
No, ma'am.
Did anybody ever tell you, oh, you have to testify about a specific person to get a deal?
No, ma'am. Not at all.
Have you been offered anything on your federal sentence from doing this cooperation on this case?
No.
As part of your negotiation or your lawyer's negotiation of this case, did you give up what's called a proffer, a recorded proffer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And even back then when you gave the proffer, did anybody tell you what you needed to say there?
No, ma'am.
Were you hired to participate in the murder of Dan Markel?
Yes, ma'am.
Who hired you to be involved in the murder?
Well, I got it from my friend, Tudo Garcia.
Is that Sigfredo Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you know him?
Childhood friends.
So to cooperate and get this deal, you had to turn on one of your best friends.
Yes, ma'am.
Who enlisted Sigfredo Garcia to be a part of this murder?
Katie,
Who's Katie?
his wife.
Is that Catherine Magbanoa?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know who enlisted her to be involved in this murder?
Not really.
Was it a murder for hire?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you know that somebody was paying Katie?
Yes, ma'am.
And Katie was the one that brought the money to you all, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the purpose of this murder as you understood it?
That they wanted the kids.
Who wanted the kids?
Wendy.
Okay. And did you understand that you were killing the father of the kids so that Wendy could have the kids?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you previously referred to a dentist being involved?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was the dentist?
Charlie.
And how was he related?
Katie's boyfriend, side piece, whatever you want to call him.
All right, so Katie was the wife of Garcia, but also the girlfriend of the dentist?
Yeah.
Did you have any contact with the dentist ever?
No.
Did you have any contact with any member of the Adelson family?
No, ma'am.
Everything went through Katie, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What did the dentist, if you know, have to do with the lady in Tallahassee who needed her kids?
I don't know nothing about him. I don't know nothing about that family.
Who was in charge of getting the money after the job was done?
Katie.
How much were you to be paid for your part in this crime?
$35.
$35,000?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you know the total amount that the job paid?
No, not really.
Did you know how much Garcia got?
40, I believe.
$40,000?
Yeah.
And did you know how much Katie got?
No, I don't know. Can't remember. But I think it was like 40. I think it was total was be like 100, something like that.
Okay, somewhere in the neighborhood of $100,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Was it a one-time payment or was it a payment that occurred over time? Is what you got?
No, it's a one-time payment.
What did you know about the man that you came to Tallahassee to kill?
I don't know nothing about him.
How did you know who to kill?
Constituto. Garcia.
How did he know?
Katie.
Did he have some information about the man you were here to kill?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell him what that was.
I was a piece of paper with his picture on of his face and the address.
Picture of Dan Markel's face?
Yes, ma'am.
And the address of what? Where he lived?
Of his house, yes.
Did you and Rivera refer to each other, I'm sorry, you and Garcia refer to each other as brothers?
Yes, ma'am.
Moving to evidence states 45, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
States 45 is admitted.
Is that you and Mr. Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
Please silence your phone.
Have you ever been to Tallahassee before you came for this case, related to this case?
Never in my life.
How many times did you come to Tallahassee related to this case?
This case twice.
All right, so were you with Sigfredo Garcia both times?
Yeah,
Was that one time in June and one time in July?
I believe so.
Okay, and July was the time, second time was when the murder happened, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it just the two of you on both of these trips?
Yes, ma'am.
The objection states 44.
No objection.
Introduced states 44, Your Honor.
States 44 is admitted.
Publishing states 44. Who's this right here?
Garcia.
And this?
Katie.
Who's that?
My baby mama.
Your child's mother?
Yes, ma'am.
What's her name?
Jessica.
Okay, and that's you there?
Yes.
Was this picture taken before or after the murder?
I can't remember.
At the time of the murder, was Katie with the dentist? Was Katie with Garcia? Was she with both?
Both.
Were you at the time of this murder living with Jessica Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
There's an address on the rental car contract, 1515 Northeast 135th Street, number 14. Do you recognize that address?
That's my apartment. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the first trip that occurred in June. How did you get here for that trip?
Well, we rented a car.
Who rented the car for the June trip?
The first one.
Yeah, if you remember.
I can't really remember. Been so
Okay.
long.
But one of you, either you or Sigfredo?
Yeah, I think it was Fredo. I rented the Prius, so I never rented on the car.
Okay, so Garcia rented the car for the June trip, but it was a rental car that y'all brought up here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and did you take the same route on both trips to get to Tallahassee?
Shit, I don't remember.
Okay, and did he have the paper with the picture of Dan Markel on both trips?
Yes.
And what did you do on the first trip?
We drove by here and we just followed him around to see where he lived and shit. But
Okay, were you planning to kill him on the first trip?
I don't remember.
Okay, did you have a gun on the first trip?
Yeah.
Did you have a gun that you procured specifically to kill Dan Markel with?
Yes, ma'am.
And was that a gun that you bought off the street?
Yes, ma'am.
You bought it.
I bought it.
Okay. And were there any other guns in the vehicle for that first trip, if you know?
I think we had 2.
All right. And what was the other gun?
It's a 38.
Whose gun was that?
Garcia.
On that first trip in June of 2014, did you and Garcia go to Markel's residence?
Yeah.
And did you lay eyes on him that first trip?
I believe I passed by his house and scoped him out.
You said you followed him. Do you remember where you followed him on the first trip?
Yeah, I followed him to a daycare.
Okay. How long were you here that first trip?
Maybe I don't remember.
A couple days sound right?
Just a couple of days.
Why wasn't Dan Markel killed on that first trip, if you know?
If I remember, I wasn't gonna do nothing in front of no kids. But
He had the kids with him,
yeah, yes, he did.
but for whatever reason, it didn't happen on that trip.
We lost him. I believe we lost him.
Okay. And when you didn't get it done on that trip, was anyone angry at you?
At me?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
All right. Did you hear at some point that y'all were going to have to come back if you wanted to get the money and finish the job?
Yeah.
All right. So you did come back in July. Is that right?
We came back.
And that's when you came in the Prius.
Yes, ma'am.
And you rented the Prius, right?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Okay. And that phone number that you wrote on the Prius rental agreement and wrote brother, that was Garcia's phone number?
Yeah, I think.
You took phones with you to Tallahassee for both trips, right?
Yeah.
Did you turn your phone off for the actual murder?
Yeah, I did.
What about Garcia? Do you know if he turned his phone off?
When the murder happened?
Yes, sir.
Shit. Man, I don't remember.
Okay. Did you stay in Tallahassee for a couple nights when you came here the second time?
Yeah, we stayed here for a night or 2, I think.
Okay. Did y'all rent a hotel room?
Yes.
Do you know how many guns were with you on that second trip?
Nah, just one.
You only remember one gun on that trip?
Yeah, I remember one.
And that's the murder weapon?
Yes, ma'am.
The one you bought on the street?
Yes, ma'am.
What type of gun was that?
A 38?
That's a revolver?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember an incident where there was a shot fired into the floorboard of the Prius?
Yes.
Could you tell the jurors about that?
Well, we was driving and Garcia put the gun out and shot the gas line in the car.
Through the floorboard of the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Passenger side or driver's side?
Passenger side.
Okay, and that was the murder weapon that fired that shot?
Shit. Man, I don't remember.
Okay, but he was messing around with some gun and fired it into the car.
Yeah.
And were y'all driving in the car when that happened?
Yes, ma'am.
And did it disable the car?
The car started stopping. Little by little, it just started slowing down.
Okay, and that's the Prius, right?
Yes, ma'am.
How did y'all get the car going again?
We seen somebody that he knew and stopped him and took him to the auto place to get a piece of hose to put it back together.
And the guy that you saw that he knew, are you talking about a local drug dealer here that y'all had met on the first trip?
Yes, ma'am.
And that person assisted you in getting some way to fix the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was good with cars, you or Garcia or both?
Garcia.
All right, so he was able to make a repair to the gas line?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you follow Dan Markel again during this second trip?
Yeah.
Did you follow him to the daycare?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you actually see him drop his children off at school that morning?
Absolutely, yes.
Did you follow him to the gym where he went inside and worked out?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there a reason the murder had to be done on the day that it was done?
I believe so. I believe he was about to leave.
Who was about to leave?
Markel.
About to
Markel?
leave town?
Yeah.
How did you get that information?
I got it from Tudo,
Where did he get the information?
from Katie,
How did she know?
Wendy.
You think Wendy talked to Katie and told her Dan Markel's travel plans?
Yeah.
Were you present for that
No.
phone call? Okay. But somehow you learned that Dan Markel was leaving town the day after he was killed.
Yes, ma'am.
So it had to be done that day or he'd be gone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that came through Garcia to you from Katie.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you say Wendy, did you know who Wendy was at the time that all this happened?
No, ma'am.
Okay, but you did know there was a lady that you were helping get some kids back in Tallahassee?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Were you the driver of the green Prius?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had a chance to see the gym video and the bus video?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you driving the Prius in those videos?
Yes, ma'am.
What happened when you got to the driveway of Dan Markel?
Well, I pulled up right behind him, and Garcia jumped out and shot him.
How many times did Garcia shoot Mr.
Twice.
Markel? Did he shoot him? Where was the victim when he was shot?
He was inside his parking garage, in his sitting down the driver's side on the phone
And did Garcia shoot him through the window, if you know?
through the window.
How long would you say you were in the driveway?
Just seconds.
How was it decided which one of you would be the shooter?
Because I wasn't gonna do it.
You didn't want to be the shooter?
No.
On the bus video, we see somebody in a white shirt kind of jumping around in the passenger seat. Is that Mr. Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember what was happening when he was doing all that jumping around?
I think he was trying to hide a gun. If I'm not mistaken, he was trying to hide it.
What did happen to the gun?
It got thrown away
Thrown away where?
in the ocean somewhere.
All right, who threw it in the ocean somewhere?
He did.
All right, was that on the way back to Miami?
Yes, ma'am.
At some overpass somewhere between here and Miami?
Absolutely.
Where did you go after the murder? Did you go home?
We had to stop somewhere to eat. Then we went home.
Did you stop at an ATM?
I don't remember.
I'm gonna show you states exhibits 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, and 43. So 38 through 43.
Yes, ma'am.
Are these images fair and accurate photos of you pulling through an ATM?
Yes, ma'am.
And the date, July 18th, 2014?
Yes, ma'am.
Pembroke Pines, is that on the way home from Tallahassee?
Yeah.
So that's you at the ATM, are you the driver?
Yes, ma'am.
And who's that in the passenger seat?
Garcia.
Move to publish introduce states 38 through 43.
Any objection?
No objection.
States 38 through 43 are admitted.
May I publish?
You may.
Is that the vehicle you were driving the day the murder was done, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Publishing 39. Is that you at the ATM machine?
Yes, ma'am.
States Exhibit 40. Is this Mr. Garcia? Is he your passenger?
Yes, ma'am.
States Exhibit 41. He's the passenger that was jumping around when we saw the car in Tallahassee on the bus video?
Absolutely.
Do you remember when you turned your phone back on after the murder?
Not really.
Do you remember who was the first phone call that either of you made after the murder?
Garcia,
Who did Garcia call?
Katie.
And were you able to hear Katie on the other end of the line when he was talking to her?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you interested in that phone call?
Yes, ma'am.
Because she was gonna be the one to get you the money, right?
Absolutely.
And was that phone call in reference to letting her know it's done and she's gonna get the money?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you get the money?
Saturday morning,
Was that the next day?
the next day.
Do you remember that on that Saturday morning you got a call from Catherine Magvanoa?
Yes.
She was looking for you to give you the money, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And was that unusual for her to call you?
Not really. She never calls my phone.
She never calls your phone, but she couldn't get a hold of Garcia,
She
right?
couldn't get a hold of him, so she got in contact with me.
Okay. And at that time, wasn't Garcia living with another woman?
Yes.
And that was the woman that goes by the nickname Shrimp?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that's where you ended up rousting him out of, right?
Absolutely.
To go get your money, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so he wasn't living with Katie as a family at that time.
Nope.
Okay. So when you say that Katie was with both of them, do you mean just that Katie was always kind of off and on with Garcia?
Yes, ma'am.
So she has other boyfriends, sometimes he has other girlfriends, but they always find each other again?
Absolutely.
One moment, please, Your Honor. All right, tell us what happened when you got your money. How'd you get it? Where'd you get it?
I was in a barber shop, and they pulled up to my house, Katie and Garcia, and they called my phone. Hey, I think my baby mama called me. I think my baby mama called me. Well, they came to my house.
Okay,
I was-
Katie and Garcia brought the money.
Yeah, I was in a barber shop, and
Okay.
Katie and Garcia, they went to my house and brought the money.
All right, and do you know where Katie got the money from? Were you there when Katie got the money?
No,
But you knew that she was supposed to go get it,
absolutely.
and she did.
Yes, ma'am.
How much did you get?
35.
Was there anything unusual about how your payment was packaged?
Yeah, it was weird. It was stapled. Never
Was it
seen that
cash
before.
money?
Cash. All
Okay,
hundreds.
stapled how? All hundreds.
All hundreds, $1,000 stapled.
Stapled into bundles of $1,000 each.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever seen stapled money before?
No.
Did you and Garcia buy anything with your cut of the money?
I just bought a motorcycle.
Any objection to 46 and 47?
No objection.
Moving to evidence 46 and 47, Your Honor.
No objection to the defense.
No objection.
They are admitted.
Publishing States Exhibit 46. This yellow motorcycle, whose is that?
Garcia.
Is that something he bought with the money that was the proceeds of this murder?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what about this vehicle back here?
Yeah, he bought that one too.
He also bought that with his cut of the money?
Yeah.
And States Exhibit 47, what about this motorcycle right here?
That's mine.
Is that what you bought, or part of what you bought with your money?
Yes, ma'am.
How long after the murder did you guys make those purchases? Days, weeks, months?
Probably like a month.
Did you make any changes to your cell phone after the murder? Did you dump your cell phone?
I don't remember.
Did you meet with Investigator Newland from my office to see if you could recognize some voices on some recorded telephone calls?
Yes, ma'am.
And did Mr. Newland play some calls for you and have you initial on a sheet if you could identify the voice
Absolutely.
on the sheet on that call?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. States Exhibit 136, please. Is it? show you what I have marked as States Exhibit 136. Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes, ma'am.
And are these your initials here?
Yes, ma'am.
And does that mean you're verifying that the highlighted name, you know that person and that is their voice
Absolutely.
on the particular call that reference?
Yes.
Judge, at this time, I'd ask to move into evidence 136.
Objection. Case 136, Linda.
One moment, please, Your Honor.
Take your time.
Did you know where the dentist lived?
Nope.
Did you know that the dentist had a safe full of money?
Nope.
Did you know that the dentist was going to be paying for at least part of this murder?
No.
And if you had known that the dentist had a safe full of money, would you have driven all the way to Tallahassee to do the murder to then get the money?
No.
What would have been a better idea?
Speculation.
Overruled, he has knowledge of his own actions and what he was thinking at the time. You
What-
may answer the question.
What would you have preferred to do to get the money?
I would have went and robbed them myself.
Did you suggest to Garcia on the way out to Tallahassee that y'all could just go to whoever had the money and rob them instead of doing this murder?
I had mentioned something like that. Yes.
But that, Garcia said that wouldn't work, right?
No.
Nothing further.
Cross-examination.
Good afternoon, Mr. Garcia.
Excuse me.
I said, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I just want to make sure I understood your testimony. It was your testimony that the first trip you came up on, you scoped out Mr. Markel's house, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that he was going to be taking his kids to school. So when he came out with the kids, you're trying to follow him to the school, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you got lost. He lost you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the second time that you came up, you knew he was going to be taking the children to school, and so you followed him to the school, correct?
The daycare, yes.
Yes. And then you knew he was going to be going to the gym, right?
I didn't know he was going to the gym. I just followed him.
You followed him to the gym.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you followed him to his house,
Yes, ma'am.
and that's where he was killed.
Yes, ma'am.
And the woman who wanted him to be killed, past you and Sigfredo and Katie, the woman who wanted him to be killed was Wendy Adelson, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
It was she wanting her children, correct?
Absolutely.
May I approach, Your Honor? Mr. Garcia, I'm going to show you what has
Mr.
been...
Rivera.
Oh,
Not
I'm so
Rivera.
sorry. I am so
Twice.
sorry. I apologize. Mr. Rivera, I'm going to show you what's been marked as Defendant's Exhibit 50. Could you take a look at that and tell me if you recognize that?
Yeah.
And what is that?
It's like a profile of everybody's face.
Okay? And did you make some marks on this for me and then sign it on March the 11th of 2025?
Yes, I did.
You just hold on to that for a second. Mr. Vera, when we met with you that day taking your deposition and I presented that to you, you gave us information about what had happened, pretty similar to what you talked about here today, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And when we were done talking about those things and some information about Sigfredo and Katie, I presented you with what's in front of you as Defendant's Exhibit 50, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And I asked if you would put the number 1 and circle it next to the person you know as Katie, who you said was in charge of this whole deal, correct?
Yep.
And did you do that?
Yep.
All right. And then I said, would you put a number 2 next to the person you say did this killing?
Yes.
And you did that, correct?
Yes, I did.
And that was Sigfredo Garcia.
Yes, ma'am.
The first one was Katie Magbanois, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then I said, would you put a number 3 next to yourself on the paper? And did you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're the one who got the gun that was used to kill Danny Markel, and you drove the car that day. You didn't shoot him, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then I said, if you would, please put the number 4 next to the man who was killed, and you did that with Danny Markel, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And then I said, if you would, put the number 5 next to the lady that wanted the man killed. And did you do that?
Yes, I did.
And was that with Wendy Adelson?
Yes, I did.
And then I asked you if the 2 people on the top of the page who have their pictures there and the names Donna Adelson and Harvey Adelson, you see those on the top?
Yes, ma'am.
I asked you, as far as you know, were they involved in any of this? And you said no, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So I asked you to put X's next to the people who on that page were not involved in this.
Yes, ma'am.
And you did that.
Yes, I did.
Thank you. Just one moment, Your Honor.
Take your time.
I don't have anything further.
Redirect examination.
No, Your Honor.
Is Mr. Rivera released or will he be recalled?
He's to remain under the rule, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Rivera, please do not discuss your testimony with anyone else. The bailiff will take you at this time. Parties can approach. Jury, at this time, we are going to go into recess for the day. The same instruction that you have received since the start of jury selection, not to discuss the case with anyone else or to look at any information about the case. Once again, I'm going to remind you of this. Please report on Monday morning at 8:45. We will anticipate getting started by 9 o'clock. Enjoy your weekend. We will see you Monday.
Judge, before they step out, may we touch on one other item?
Yes.